I didn't expect to see Megalith today. Make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more content. We're back with another Next Play breakdown. And I love getting the chance to see the random combinations that people bring to this event. Now, we had triple copies of Draco Tail and overall participation this week, which I think is a nice change here. You know, I'm used to seeing Yummy being the dominant force, but no, we saw a shift up here to seeing that Draco Tail was going to be one of the larger representatives, which is very nice, actually. We also had triple Lunalight, or excuse me, two Lunalight variants for you. Ever since the World Championships, Japan has loved this deck. It has become like the challenger of breaking boards, and it really just sets a nice precedence for, you know, what the meta's kind of working with. We've also got two copies of the beautiful, 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 undisputed, amazing Yummy Challenger. Honestly, I'm happy to see Yummy still doing something here. And then we have Enneacraft for you. Very, very surprised to see that two Enneacraft got through. We also have two Killer Tunes for you. Isn't that cool, Tunes? We also have two Rizel. Honestly, kind of surprised about this. We also only had two Vanquishal decks. Ever since Rosin's gone away in the TCG, we're all coping very, very hard on this one. We do have a Gem Knight sighting, which I think was very interesting to actually see. You know, people are still looking to Gem Knights as a challenger for the meta. Obviously, this won the event, which is kind of scary. We also had a Canine variant. I gotta tell you, man, Pure Canine might actually be a very, very real deck. We also had Megalith, which we do have the list. We have Labyrinth, Hero, Noids, and we also have the White Forest for you. Not too bad. Now, let's get into your top 8 here. This top cut is very, very nice. This is the sort of top cut that, you know, depending on like how bad a format looks, you wouldn't expect to see something like this, considering, you know, this format's been like very Yummy infested, but you do see that there's a different level of variation here. Vanquishal had one representative pushing their way into top cut. I'm not really surprised to still see this. I mean, this deck's at 150% power in the OCG. It's just maybe a little bit less grinding here. We also did have one Yummy variant. We lost 50% of our Yummy field converting into top cut, which is not the worst. We also had Killer Tune making a way in here. I really do like the way that Killer Tune has been kind of coming together. Some weeks, I mean, the deck's a miss, but other weeks, the deck just looks very, very fun. We also had Gem Knights grinding through the competition, which, I don't know, man, that deck seems pretty good when it wants to be. We also had one Lunar Light. Good stuff. Lunalight is such a deck, is so weird. Big Towers Golber. We also have Canine. Yep. We also had White Forest. And I think one of the more shocking things you're going to find about this top cut is the fact that we do have a Megalith sighting. Now, I haven't got a chance to really look at the list yet, but when we look at it here later on in this video, I think a lot of people are going to be happy to see it. Maybe it's Black Dragon infested. I don't really know, but let's pass on over to those deck lists. So winning our event, oh boy, there's a lot of broken cards in this pile. First of all, yes, it is Gem Knight, but also I see we are playing Fiendsmith in here. Obviously, the OCG has loved the idea of just combining Fiendsmith and Gem Knights together to kind of create this hybrid pile deck that ends up, you know, kind of working out and doing very, very well. But also, because of all of the different elements and things that you're bringing together here, it's another case of Protoss getting the chance to rip apart and really ruin days. And honestly, Protoss is just another Protoss, Fiendsmith, and Gem Knights, a combination of cards that, you know, floodgates the opponent out. I do see we are playing two copies of the Lacrima Fusion Monster, which is very, very nice. Definitely going to be turboing up to get those bodies on the field. So, you know, you can get to A-Bow and kind of continue on along with the cycle of life. Next up, we have Pure Canine for you. So this deck gets to do a couple of hilarious things. One, we are playing the rank up package in here, which just gives me access to the Ultimate Falcon, and then your opponent has to deal with an Ultimate Falcon. I hate to tell you this, but that's not going to necessarily be a super easy thing for a deck to deal with, especially, you know, all you need is one like form of interruption, and then you're just able to clear up their field, and then you just kind of win, because Yummy can't really deal with an Ultimate Falcon on cleanup. We're also playing triple copies of Sales Ban in the side deck. This has been something that the Canine variants have been very infamous for, because you just blink any sort of specific problem card that your opponent's throwing at you, and you no longer have to deal with it. It's actually quite nice for being able to take care of those problematic cards. Next up here we have Yummy. We have Triple Illusion Gate in the side deck. That's disgusting, but I mean, Illusion Gate is finally legal in the OCG. So you're going to see a lot of people just kind of testing out the waters on this card. That's the thing. I think Illusion Gate is a hilarious card, but, you know, reducing your life points to get a free board wipe is not something that a lot of decks can really deal with. And also, if this deck was playing Thrust, you could technically thrust into it, but you're not really seeing that option here. Instead, you know, you got the triple Obedience Skull, you got the triple Dropless. We're just relying on more like the board breaker side of things, clean things up. Well, you've also got Purges loaded in the main deck. And hey, look, Solemn Judgments down there in the side deck. I wonder if the OCG is going to follow suit this weekend and actually blow up Solemn Judgment as well. I don't know, that seems like it could be a thing. Ooh. Our Vanquish Soul Challenger. Hey OCG, I hope you guys enjoy your time with this deck, because triple Rosin and triple Stake Your Soul doesn't necessarily seem like something that's going to be sticking around for really too long out here. I'm just warning you. I see we are going with the one Saruja for the Turbo Draw. It's been a pretty normal thing. Nash Knight's going into the Masquerade. I have noticed that the 104 package has seen a lot less play in the OCG, so it's not that it's necessarily bad. It's just they feel like they've got more consistent pieces to work with, and I can't really fault them for that. We also do see that we have the Kurikara built into the main deck as well. It's another fire monster you can reveal. Once again, I mean, maybe the TCG will test out Kurikara, but I can't really imagine that Kurikara is going to be that good of a card. It's just there for the extra fire based on what we're working with. Ooh, we have our Block Dragon strategy. This is actually hilarious. I was kind of curious what somebody would be cooking up for Megalith. Now, obviously, Block Dragon is such an essential piece to this deck. It helps get the deck together, helps you get your pieces going, but we're also playing Gildagra at max. We're playing Manjus in here to turbo dig into it. You also do see that we are relying on the incantation stuff as well. Your extra deck here has also got plenty of options. I do see nice little attempt at like Dragluxion and things like that, going with the double Herald as well. Also appears that for the side deck, we got triple Salesman. Yeah, that seems to be a pretty normal thing. Along with Ultimate Slayers to kind of clean up anything problematic that the opponent might be trying to throw at you. So this looks pretty solid in terms of what you would be expecting for, you know, a rock pile, just to be able to get pieces loaded up and go. And our last list here is Eniac Craft, actually sporting off a giant ton of Dominuses. I never really thought about the idea of playing Needle Sealing in this deck. I guess maybe we should focus on the idea of relying on like larger swings of board wipes to basically try to control the opponent and to put yourself into that much better situation, because I mean, traps are one of the specialties that this deck has. I also do see we are playing the Synchro Zone in here as a one of. That's interesting. I maybe hadn't really considered that, but I guess you're going to burn your opponent out anyway on just constantly flipping up monsters. So, you know, you have your win condition in the form of your pendulum scales. You're just recruiting for the countless ways to try to play this. This might be something that I test out just to see, you know, maybe this variant ends up being a little bit better than expected. But what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.